Welcome to another edition of Rockin' Inc. MC. It's been a great weekend. The weather was great. We finally have summer hitting us here in New York. United States is getting all good. We're still watching the World Cup. United States, we keep losing, but we're still in it. I don't know. We're lucky somewhere. I don't know. We need a new president, but we can do this in soccer. We can lose and we can still be ahead. But anyway, I got another good show set up. Last week we had cosmetic tattooing with Olga. That was a great show. If you know any female friends out there that's into the eyeliner and the lips and all that, tell them to go look at show number 8, which was last week. This week's show number 9. I went to the UTC this weekend, the Urban Tattoo Convention in Brooklyn with Al Fliction. Al does a great job there. The place was packed. A lot of artists from all over the place. I had a great time. A lot of music. All kinds of things going on. It was crazy. Motorcycles, there was a lot of stuff. It was great to be back in Brooklyn, in the Bronx. Brooklyn down there. Tonight, our model spotlight is Savaria Jaw from Germany. Love these foreign women with their accents. The accents are great, so we'll get to see her later. We're going to be checking in with Bougie with the Alice Cooper Camp. They're on their Raise the Dead tour with Motley Crue. They officially started this week. They're together. They're going to be together for 70 or 80 shows going through the whole thing. And I would like to thank my boy Manuel over at Sick Truth Clothing. This right here is the Tommy Henderson official tour shirt. It's his signature Tommy Henderson shirt from Sick Truth Clothing. All right, so go to sicktruthclothing.com and you get your Tommy Henderson signature shirt for the Alice Cooper tour. They sent me mine here. I'm enjoying it. So don't forget, Sick Truth Clothing. Go to our website, Rockin' Inc. MC. You can go there and you get the link there also. And thank you, Manuel, for the shirt. Also, our music spotlight, I have Shredder. It's a local Long Island band, and we'll get to our music spotlight later on. Also, tonight, I have a special guitar guest with me. Stand up, Johnny. Come in there. Johnny Wildchild from Long Island. This guy is a legend of Long Island. We'll get back to Johnny later, and he's going to be taking care of all the ins and outs tonight on guitar. Also on tonight, I have a special guest. I have Pete Gunz, who's my guest, my artist guest, and this is a special guest because in the business, everybody thinks it's glamorous. So we're gonna talk to Pete Gunz about his ups and downs in the business and how, the real reality of, your life is really sometimes when you're in the business. So let's say hello to Peter, and we'll get started with Pete. How you doing?
How you doing, Jay?
It's going good. I'm glad you're here. Glad to have you.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you for having me on the show.
I know we cross some roads and we know some of the same people, which is good, which is always great. You know, I'm making a lot of new friends in the business, and I'm learning a lot more about the business and what goes on in this business. You know, people think it's glamorous, it's all great. You know, you become a tattoo artist, you know, because tattoo artists today are the rock stars of back in the day when, you know, I was growing up and I was a teenager, I was in my 20s. You know, rock stars were the thing to be. You were a rock star, you were famous, you were traveling, there was money, there was women, it was the greatest thing. And now the tattoo artists have sort of like taken the spotlight. They're all on TV, there's a million TV shows, they go on tours. You know, these guys jump into buses or they're jumping around to other shops. We're doing guest spots in people's shops, doing tattooing, and it's a great thing. And your story is a great story because, you know, you have your ups and your downs and your strong points, your weak points. We're going to talk about where everything's gone and where is it going, you know, and it's a great business, and, you know, bringing up a family in this business, it's not easy also.
It's not.
So we're going to talk about all of this. So, you know, getting back to where you came from, so are you originally from Brooklyn?
No, I'm originally from Queens, Jackson Heights.
Oh, that's right. You are a Queens, because I'm a
Yes.
Queens boy. We talked about this.
Yes, yes.
You're a Jackson Heights boy.
That's correct, sir. Jackson Heights.
Okay. You originally then started out when? On your own? Did you work for somebody? How long?
I actually have a long story, but we'll make it short. I was always a graffiti artist, drawing, and the tattooing.
Graffiti, you hit the trains?
Hit the trains, rooftops, tunnels, bridges.
Okay.
Running from the cops certain times.
Yeah. So you had your own little ID? Because everybody that was a graffiti artist, they had this signature, right?
That's correct, yes.
So you had your signature, so someone saw your artwork on the street, they knew it was you,
They knew
right?
who it was. And as far as it goes, I was just drawing it out, putting it on walls. And I ran into certain tattoo artists that were underground. They saw some of my artwork and they inspired me like, hey, why don't you draw something for me? So I'm like, okay, I want to learn how to tattoo. But at that time, it was very hard to become an apprentice for someone. It was more like underground, keeping it to their own peoples. And I just started picking up on my own. I built my own tattoo machine from a guitar string, from a Walkman motor, 2 AA batteries, and just bought ink.
So you
Just
really started from the ground up,
From the ground up, yes. From the ground up.
That's interesting. You built it all on your own and all of that. I know back in the day, getting tattoos, you know, nothing was sterile.
Nope.
You would go to someone's basement, and
Correct.
there weren't tattoo shops. They had different names, you know, so it was a whole different realm
Yes.
back in the day.
It was either garages or in basements.
Yeah, so you started back then, and then where was your progression as far as saying, you know, I want to go further with this, I want to do it
I kind of figured that on the walls, graffiti, painting on the walls will get erased or dissed by some other artists, you know, embassies. Graffiti artists always want to be a better artist than the next one. So I decided, you know what? A human canvas is the best thing to do. It's very hard to do, and it will stay there forever if its job is done right.
Yeah.
And you can't erase it.
It's traveling
So
around,
it's
and
traveling
you're
around
labeled with
everywhere you go. Walls you can't take with you, the body will move around.
that. So you've been in the business a decent amount of time then?
About since 1992.
92?
Yes.
And you've ran into a lot. How did you get more affiliated with the tattoo community? Like, how did you? Because it's not easy just getting into that community, and you know, because back then it was harder too. Everybody, like you said, was on their own because their business was their business.
Their
They didn't want you
business, exactly.
sticking
They
in
wanted
their
to
business.
stick to their own, correctly. I picked up tattoo magazines and just started looking at their artwork and saying, if I can draw this on paper, I can do this on somebody's skin. And it all came out the best way I could at that time. I was ambitious to learn it. I just wanted to bite the bullet and keep going as far as I can go with it. And I just went out on my own. Started going onto websites, getting into tattoo conventions on my own, seeing people's work, meeting other people.
Meeting other people.
Correctly. And there are certain shops that did open doors for me in the tattoo convention industry. And I wanted to be my own boss, my own shop. and I decided to open up my own tattoo shop.
And so back in the day when you were doing this, because a lot of people don't realize nowadays tattooing is so popular that you could open a shop, and next thing you know, there's a shop right down the block or next door. There's money to be made. Back in the day, you had a shop, you had your customers, and you wanted to keep your customers. You want no one else going near. So the business was a lot harder back then. And a lot of the business came out of the Coney Island, the Manhattan area, right, and the New York area. That's where it was strong. And there was a lot of big artists back then. I don't know, do you know any of those artists? Have you ever affiliated yourself with any of them?
As far as affiliated with them, not really, but I've seen some of their work. I know who they are. I met through other friends some of the pioneers in the tattooing industry, like Philadelphia, Eddie, and a lot. There's so many names to mention, but I don't want to mention too many.
Did you look at someone else's work and try to not copy, but get into that style of their work?
Yes, I did. A lot of people came to me as me starting the industry, brought me work from some other artists. I said, I am not that artist, but I can give you my style, my tattooing style, my gift that I have in that way. Mm-hmm. And I did accept it, and I did new and old school at the same time, mixed in, which created my own style, mm-hmm. where it fell into a category that's who Peter Gunz is. Mm-hmm. I never took no one's style. I never bit off. I just put it all together and mixed my own food and ate it.
And that's where all the artists come. Everyone develops into their own little realm, and
correct.
You become your own little artist. We're going to take it to Johnny Wildchild. We're going to take it out to a commercial. We'll be back here with Peter, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your number one resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the number one supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are undeniably distinctive, selected for their unique, memorable flavor. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are delivered to you in beautifully designed bottles featuring limited edition artwork. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are available at affordable prices in fine restaurants, bars, and liquor stores. Or check www.coneyislandcarlo.com for availability.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
We're back. We're back with Peter Gunz. We're going to go through his story. Like I was saying earlier, the industry is not all glamour, and Peter has gone through some ups and downs and ups, and times, you know, you as a man or a woman, you really have to look at yourself sometimes and say, you know, I need to take a step back and figure out, you know, what's going on with myself and what I want to do and how I want to do this. And you've been in that situation. You had your own shop, and whatever reasons you don't have the shop, you know, explain what went through your whole life and all the changes you went through to take the steps back.
As far as having our own shop, it's not easy as it looks like to having your own shop. It's a lot of responsibilities, family-wise. So it's either you make a decision, either you stay with your family or you move on and do other things in life with the tattooing industry, but not just having a shop anymore. Mm-hmm. Meaning getting your name out there a little bit more, not just established just in New York City, but around.
You did some traveling, so like what is done right now these days with artists, you did some traveling around to tattoo, right?
Yes,
with
that's
some
correct,
of those
yes.
experiences.
At the beginning was a little overwhelming for someone that's just in the industry and taking big steps and being against some of these artists that have been around for such a long time and competing with them. It's not as easy as it looks. It's very, very hard.
Yeah.
To even step up your game and be like, wow, am I really in the right industry? Am I as good as they are? But everybody has a talent, and not just because you're the best, everybody else likes your work also.
Yeah,
It brings you out of the box, from other artists.
it makes you really think back. You know, like even I had Al Fliction on a few weeks ago, and he even mentioned like he was an Ink Masters, and he was like, "I'm here, but I shouldn't be here. These guys are just way above me." But Al has his style, and he's Al, and you know he stood to that show as long as he can, and he did what he had to do, and he's grown in the industry. He's a big guy now. He's out there touring, you know, but he stuck his ground, you know.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
You know, and even yourself, you were pushed toward that route, right? Ink
Correctly.
Masters?
Yes, I filled out for the seasons. I had done it, but in life, do you really want that, or you want something better than that?
Mm-hmm.
And I chose the other route.
So you went the family route. You're a family
Family
guy.
that's correct,
You know, you
yes.
have a religious background there.
That's correct, I'm
and
Christian.
You really wanted to bring it out, you know, and you really put your time with your kids, and you want your kids to know, you know, this is how it is in the real world, and you do reflect a lot with your kids, right?
That's
so
correct, yes,
talk
they-
about some of those things that you went in that route.
My kids and my family do look up to me to what I've become in this time at this present. They do just follow, like, you know, why will you do something negative when you have children around you that's going to inspire you and follow you? They want to do daddy steps.
Mm-hmm.
So why not do daddy steps the right way? And what I did was I took a step back and dedicated my time to them and started following the Lord. And he will open up bigger doors for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
Yes.
because that door I closed my shop down don't mean that he doesn't have a bigger shop for me in the future.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm striving for.
I know where it comes from. You didn't want your kids seeing, this is my dad, he's a tattoo artist in the shop, and that's how he is, and that's it.
And
You know,
that's
now, you know, you're showing them this is how life really is. You know, you're religious, you go to church, you teach your kids the right thing, but you're still the same guy. You have your tattoos, you're getting back into the business.
Into the business, yes.
And your kids will know this is the way it's done, and it's the right way. Not having tattoos nowadays is a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not. People do see us because we all inked up. They do judge us, but don't judge his books by its cover. You don't know how pure that heart can be, and the book could be open.
Yeah.
And you can really touch someone with your testament and your experience in life. And I think God has given me a gift, and it's to communicate with others through my tattooing. Some of the reality shows, they show like people getting a tattoo, and they talk about a loved one they lost, but they really don't show the really detail what's it all about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they give you the A and B and Z, and it's done. We hear everything. All the artists hear everything. Some of these artists, they know, they speak, but they don't bring it out. Me, as my responsibility, I'm bringing it out. So it is not to be ashamed. That if you have Christ in you, you can bring things out.
You can bring it out, yeah. And I know how it is being judged, because I go to the church, and I'm with my church now about almost into my 4th year going there. It's Medford Assembly of God. And when I first was walking into that church, and they see this guy with tattoos and long hair, you know, I was always like, all right, they're going to be like, this guy is either a drug addict or whatever. But I become really close with them, and they embraced me, you know, and they see the person I really am, you know,
Yes,
and it's different.
It's a wonderful feeling. My church is the Rock Church out in Queens.
Mm-hmm.
It's right across the street from Queens Center Mall. You're from Queens, you know
Yep,
the
I
area.
know where
It
it
used to
is.
be the Elmwood Theater.
Yep.
Now it's the Rock Church.
Yep.
My home, my comfort, besides my family. They do accept me. And I'm considered to be like a big leader there.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't judge me for my tattooing. They don't judge me when I had a mohawk, going to church, earrings, you know.
None of that.
They accept you. And they embrace you, and they love you through good or bad.
Yeah. So, do you now, going back into the business, are you your focus is it on doing more of a religious type of a tattooing, or are you going to just keep yourself open?
I'm going to keep myself open to everything.
To everything.
I still keep myself open. I'm not actually to doing my work, my tattooing,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also saving that person's life.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like venting off. You go to a psychiatrist, you want to go and vent out and let them know your life.
Yeah.
as me as an artist, that's what I gotta go through. So
Yep.
I can't be like, hey, be quiet, let me tattoo you. No, I gotta let them vent out. They want to express themselves, and each tattoo has a meaning for it.
And there's a story, meaning
There's
and a big story.
That's correct.
Yeah, and you know it's so popular today. Tattoos. Everyone that majority going for a tattoo goes there for a reason. You know, there's someone passing, a friend, family, whatever it is. There's something behind the story.
That's why when I started in the industry, I was tattooing names. You know, just random people coming, oh, I'm going to get that tattoo. What for? Just to get a tattoo. I took a step back and be like, do I really want to do that? Or do I really want to do a tattoo with basic meaning and a touching story behind it?
Mhm.
And that's what I did. I took a step back, not to, because all my customers, my clientele to put me where I'm at today.
Mhm.
It all started out with names, tribals, certain tattoos, and I cannot down them for it, but they put me where I'm at today. That's what a lot of artists do forget. Who put you there?
Yeah.
You know, who made you glamorous and famous? The customers. Not just me as an artist, but I always like other people's work. And I want to get tattooed by other artists also.
Yeah.
So they make us, so why can't we just give back and do the right thing?
Yeah.
And take a pose and look at yourself and realize what's going on, what's wrong, or if you're doing the right things.
Yeah. So it's almost like when, you know, if you're a hairstylist, I know a lot of hairstylists, they say all day long they hear everyone's issues and problems, and they feel like, you know, instead of being a hairstylist, I'm a psychiatrist to these people.
Exactly,
You know?
that's what it is. That's what
Yeah.
it is. I have people come to my shop when I had my shop, even on the road. I wanted to get tattoos, and I changed the person's mind of getting that tattoo. Not because if I want the money, I'm just going to take the money and just do your tattoo, whatever. But why do something you're going to regret later on in the future?
That's right. And I actually have a segment we're going to get to later on. What were they thinking? And we're going to talk about stuff like that. But yeah. So I'm going to go to a videotape I have of Peter's work, and then we'll go out to Johnny in a commercial, and we'll come back, and we'll talk to Peter again, and we'll get into my other segments.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Johnny Wildchild, Terror Garden. We're going to get to Johnny near the end of the show, see what he has going on. It's great to have rock and roll in here. So we're back here with Peter Gunz, and talk about Peter's story. Peter's been in and out of the business now, and he's ready to take the business to where he wants it and get back out there. And so what's your plans and your steps now? You weren't even on like Facebook, so now you're getting yourself back on Facebook, and his Facebook is Peter Gunz with a G-U-N-Z, right?
That's
Peter
correct.
Gunz, G-U-N-Z, and he'll be back on Facebook, and his plans are to get, whether he's going to be, you tell me, you're going to be spotlighting, you're going to look to open, and what's your plans?
I'm looking to open up a bigger shop with 4 or 5 artists, guest spot once a month, and bringing those underground artists that were not shining, to bring them up, because there are a lot of talented underground tattoo artists out there, and I think it's time for them to come up forward and show their talent.
Do you have an idea what location you're gonna?
I'm still gonna stay in Queens. That's my hometown.
Hometown.
Hometown Queens. You gotta represent. The kings from Queens.
How is it? Is the area flooded with shops?
It's flooded in Jackson Heights where I'm at. They'll put the shop right next to you. There's no more respect that, hey, that's Peter's shop. They'll just build right under you if they could.
Yeah.
I'm looking more like Long Island City, a big warehouse where you can have realistic art done on premises, showcasing of artwork.
And I know you do art. I wanted you to try to get some of your art in here. You have it in storage. You didn't get a chance to, but he does art. He has a lot of art, and I'm gonna, in the future, as he starts building his empire again, I'm gonna have him back here once he gets everything going, and we'll get into the art side. He does a lot of painting. He has some art, and that's something that a lot of these artists do. The painting is a big part of it, right?
It's very, very big. It's harder to push the ink on the skin than actually it is to do on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can mess up, you can go over it, but skin you can't. You do a crooked hand on somebody's, it doesn't look right. But on paper, you can refix it and touch it up.
Yeah. So that's what I would like to do. Like, as your time goes and you get your place up, we'll come back on this and we'll pick up where it came from. And I'm going to be getting out there now. I'm getting all the pieces together to get to the shops, to go into the shops and film in the shops. That's what I'm starting to do. I want to get more into that because just bringing artists in here, you can only tell part of the story. I want to show people the tattooing, the whole process, the shops, and what goes on.
The real street talk.
Yeah.
The real street talk.
So by the time you have that all going on, we'll reinvent this and get back to Peter Gunz in his place. So we'll get into all of that. I have a segment here that I started a few weeks ago. It's called What Were They Thinking? And I love this segment. It's the funniest thing. It's the greatest thing. And tonight's segment, it's about tramp stamps. Tramp stamps, they got a name, tramp stamp, which is not a great name, but it's in a particular part of a woman's body. And please, men, I know some guys that have these. Don't get a tramp stamp. It's just not the thing to do. And you guys know who you are that are out there. There is tattoo removal these days. Go get tattoo removal, man. It's a bad situation, man. It just doesn't look good. But let's get to my first, what were they thinking? My first tramp stamp here. Actually, hold on. You got the wrong one. Go to 1A. I want to take this in order. Let's go to the first one. Number one. I have them listed in order so I can talk about them. Number one. Do you see the numbers? No, that's not them. Because I don't know which one is up there. All right, yeah, that's my number one. All right, so this one here, this one isn't that bad, but this woman puts a tattoo, I don't even know what it actually is, but white trash on the back of her body. All right? It's like some sort of a skull. It's like white trash. I mean, what are these people thinking? That's what you put on the body. That's not, yeah, it's the name of a rock band, white trash, but yeah. But that one isn't that bad. Let's go to my second one. Now this one, established 1993, and it looks like a heart with devil ears on it, and it's just, that's the
Bad Girls Club. That's the Bad Girl stamp.
Yeah?
The stamp from Bad Girls Club.
So now, I don't know what
reality show, yes.
I mean, that's terrible. That's like horrifying.
That is.
I mean, if I was with a woman and she dropped her drawers and I saw that, I'd be hitting the door quick, man.
I can imagine the artist's face doing it.
First of all, if you're an artist, would you go that route and say, think twice about this?
That's when you need to change the customer's mind.
Yeah.
Get it somewhere else.
It definitely didn't happen here.
No.
Now this person here, insert coin in slot. I mean, why? Really? Really? What does that mean? That's just too friggin' funny.
That's too funny.
I mean, now this person must love McDonald's because the golden arches are sitting right above her G-string there. I mean, what are you thinking? What are these people thinking? The golden arches in the
She
back.
might be getting an endorsement from McDonald's to get a tattoo.
That's a great endorsement, but man, that's seriously bad.
But I don't think was it a woman or was it a guy?
That was a woman.
Oh, yeah?
Now, this is a guy. This guy's got this little G-string tattooed on his butt.
I seen those around. And the tattoo conventions.
And then that's what you were saying before. Like, you would need to talk to people when they're coming in for a tattoo. You have to tell them, do you really want to put this on your body? You have to live with this the rest of your life. We know that there's tattoo removal, but Some people are not going to go that route. It costs more money to take it off than to put it on.
I think they just want to live for the moment, the present, but don't think of for the future.
Wow. And it gets worse. Now this, it's just a bunch of meat. It's like sausage and chicken and a ham, and it says meat. I mean, this just makes no sense at all. I don't know what this... I don't know if someone was just like, I had a tattoo machine and wanted to do some artwork on somebody. That's pretty bad. That's seriously bad. All right? Now, talk about the religious. This is 1 Corinthians 13 on the back of this woman's body. So first of all, if you're religious, you're going to put this on the back of you. And also, it's actually missing a paragraph. So the whole Corinthians 13 is not there. It's a little missing. There was a little bit too much. So she could have filled up her whole back with it. But, you know, being religious, to put this on your back, and, you know, to me, a tramp stamp is a sexual type of thing.
Correct.
You know, she's not walking around in a bathing suit, and no one's going to stand behind her and read that. No one's reading that at all. So that is bad in a lot of different senses, you know. In the religious sense and a personal sense, it's just wrong. Besides, like I said, I know what it should say. It's definitely missing a paragraph.
That's what I'm saying with the artists. They want to make that money. They don't care what you want to get. They want to make that money, you know.
Now, this particular girl here, my name is Kelly. She has it upside down on the upper part of her neck and normally on the bottom side. So whether she's in doggy position with somebody, the guy can read her name, or if she's in the other position, he can read her name. So this guy will never forget her name. That's all she cares about, that this person remembers her name. I mean, this is a classic one. Yeah, that's definitely classic right there. Now, this next one is pretty... It took me a while to figure this out, all right? But it's actually either a golf ball or a baseball busting through... Yeah, it looks like a penis, but I think it's a baseball busting through a hole. But it looks like a penis, right? Yes. And it says woman's best friend. So I was a little confused. Baseball is a best friend, but it looks like a penis. It's horrible. Yeah, it's really, really, really horrible. And the next one, I got a real kick out of this. The 7 dwarfs. And if you look at this, there's a cave in the middle where his butt crack is. All right, so we have the 7 dwarfs, but there's only 6. There's Dopey, there's Bashful, there's Happy, there's Doc, Grumpy's there, and Sleepy's there. So we're missing somebody. Someone fell in the crack, and it's Sneezy. Sneezy's gone. So the 7 dwarfs just are gone. They didn't even work for the person, all right? But if you're going to get a tramp stamp, this next one, tramp stamp should be art. It should be sexy. It should look good. So if you're going to get something on the back, you're a female. Guys, don't do this. But this is where it looks good. You know, it looks pretty. It's good. Sayings, I don't think, work on the back.
No. A lot of
crazy artwork.
They don't. It has to be going with the shape flawless with it, connecting towards the front. A lot of women get C-sections done. They want to cover up that scar.
Yeah.
So they already have a tramp stamp. So what I try to do is embrace what they have and fix something differently where you don't see what they had before. And it looks sexy on a female. A tattoo real done on a female looks so sexy that no words for it.
But there's a way to get it done, and really think about it when you're getting what they call a tramp stamp.
Yes.
There's more art to it. A lot of women are getting it down their sides, developing it into the back. You know, if you're going to get it, you're going to put something on your body with your canvas. Do it the right way. Think about it. It's costly. It's not cheap. You know, so definitely do it the right way. So, but that's great. I love doing that sketch. I try to do it every week, but it's great. I love what it gets into. So right now I want to get into my model spotlight. I have Savaria Jar. She's from Germany. Like I said earlier, I love the German accent. Even any accent, foreign accents are just so sexy. She's only been a tattoo model now for like 5 months. She's just getting into the business. She's a great person. I wanted to have her on. She's starting out, and I'll have her on another 9 months or so, and we'll see. She'll probably be covered up by then, but she's starting out the business. And let's go to Savaria Jar from Germany.
Hi guys, my name is Savaria Jar and I'd like to welcome y'all on Rockin' Ink MC. I'm 23 years old and I'm a tattoo model from Germany. I live in a small town almost in the center and I want to tell you what rock and ink means to me. I was working in a tattoo shop for about 9 months, I think, and I love to work there. And I got raised with rock. My dad always plays AC/DC, Metallica, Motorhead and stuff like that. So my whole childhood is filled with rock and roll memories. And I even got it written on my arm. For example, Turn the Page, which is my absolute favorite song of all time from Metallica, and the Ace of Spades is for my favorite song from Motorhead. I re-began to model in, I think, February 2014, and since March I got my own Facebook page. You can visit me on facebook.com/SiveriaJean, written in one word. And I wish you a wonderful day. Greetings from Germany. I love you all. Bye bye.
Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your number one resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the number one supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are undeniably distinctive, selected for their unique, memorable flavor. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are delivered to you in beautifully designed bottles featuring limited edition artwork. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are available at affordable prices in fine restaurants, bars, and liquor stores. Or check www.coneyislandcarlo.com for availability.
We're back. All right, we're back, and I'm gonna go to Bougie in the Alice Cooper camp. Tommy, the tour started this week with Alice Cooper and Motley Crue. The tour is full steam ahead right now. Tommy's been busy, like I said. Besides the touring, he's getting everything ready for his own CD that he's getting ready to release. And I should hear back from Tommy hopefully this week. He'll start hitting me up with some stuff. But Bougie's been great. Bougie's been showing us things that they do when they're not working at the venue. She sent me some stuff here. We're going to look at her. They take Alice Cooper's car that he has on a rental, celebrating. Like when you're out on the road, everything's family. You're out there with the crew and the band, you're family. So when you have a birthday, we're going to see Chaz, which I had an opportunity to meet Chaz and all the crew with Alice. They're all great people. They're going to celebrate Chaz's birthday up on the stage before a show, right up on the stage and all of that. So let's go right now. Bougie and the girls.
On Menacee, there's Diane. We're getting ready to go shopping, and Alice is nowhere around, so we're gonna take his car. Zoom zoom. There's Kyler. He got this sweet Challenger, thanks to Dodge. There's Kyler. We're gonna go cruise in Coop's vehicle.
Yeah, babe.
You driven one of these yet?
Into a wall, yes. I did drive one to a wall one time. That didn't go well.
There's the Hemi. And I'm like, we want to listen to a CD, but there's no CD player. And Kyler's like, whoa.
And that's when we crashed into somebody.
He says, yes, there is. So check this out. Ready?
It's called a smart car, you know what I'm saying? It's called pretty smart. Go out that way and around?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Diane Fleming. I do pyro for Alice Cooper, and you're watching Rockin'
Inc. MC.
Yeah, Rockin' Inc. MC.
All right, we're here at rehearsals. We're in Manistee, Michigan, hanging out with the crew. It's Chaz's birthday today.
Chester, what's up?
There's Brian. We're just having a little dinner. Here's the band. Say hi to Jay.
Jay Nova, how are you?
All right, here.
Yeah, he's 30. Now when you get out of bed in the morning, you go, oh man, what happened?
Guys, when did you start with us? You were 7, right? Tell me about the band.
Tommy's new outfit, check it out. Send no camera.
We're back. Got Peter Gunz and Johnny Wildchild, Terror Garden. So, we got Johnny up here. So, tell me a little about what you guys got going on.
Oh, we got a really big gig coming up with BAB. It's the Sticky Finger Run. It is on Sunday, July 20th. It's at Dave & Buster's in Icelandia, and it starts at 3 o'clock. We're playing for free. Anybody that's got a bike, come on down and ride. If you don't have a bike, come on down and rock with us. After we get done at Dave & Buster's, they're all riding to the Great South Bay Blues Festival with B.B. King and everybody else. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it's a great music weekend. I mean, if you've never done the Fingers Run, The Fingers Run is great. A lot of bikes, thousands of bikes. And then the music festival, the Great Bay, is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's a few days long, but that's what we got going on. So that's what Tarragon's doing. What else? You guys got anything recording going on?
You know what it is? We're a bunch of broke. We can't curse on the, can we curse on the show?
Course, you can do it.
We're a bunch of broke motherfuckers. Okay, so we're trying to get our money together the best we can to get a quality product, and we have a whole bunch of killer originals, and we're probably gonna enter that BAB homegrown contest thing. But it's all about just letting the people hear what we got. We're a promising band. Paul Terra's awesome. Gina and Tony. I think we got some stuff that people would like to hear.
Great. So on top of that, Meteor, how do people find you guys?
Oh yeah, okay. We have a Facebook page and a Reverb Nation page. Both, Terra Garden on Facebook and ReverbNation.com, Terra Garden, whatever the hell it is. We're easy to find.
Peter Gunz, Gunz Gunz, Facebook page. Also, my music segment I'm going to have right now. I have a band from Long Island. But before I get to that, the month of July and August, I worked with Reverb Nation. I know guys over there. I'm working with Reverb Nation right now, and I got bands from all over the world submitting videos to me. So my next 2 months, all my videos starting next week will be from Reverb Nation. So I'm working with them right now. So if you are Reverb Nation, you have a quality video that you made, get on there, Rockin' Inc. MC, send it in, and I'm picking bands from there. So I already picked 3 bands. I got another 5 slots to pick, and if it goes well, I might take this the rest of the show, as the show goes on, because it's hard for me to get out there and find the bands. So Reverb Nation's been great because I get them from the United States, from all over the world. All right, so my music spotlight is a band from Long Island. I got to see them. They opened for Save and Able. She's a great singer, Angelina, and I got to see them. She's really great on stage. And the name of the band is Charetta, and they're from Long Island. And this is their video, and we'll see you guys next week. And don't forget Rockin' Inc. MC.
Time to go. more she hides, the more I show. I wanna be abused by you. Her body's like an undertow. You're drowning everything in me. The way she moves, the way she knows everything I need.